Emily, Christian, what's going on outside? It's snowing. Dusty looks like he's having a blast out there, eating whatever he found. Dusty. Wow, look at that. Hi, Dusty. Look at you. Wow. Hi, Dusty. What are you doing out in the snow? We got visitors in here, but they took off, I think. Where'd they go, Dusty? Where did the visitors go? Where'd they go? Where'd they go, Jax? You guys playing in the snow?
I think they're
playing in the snow? I don't want to miss this because it could stop snowing at any time. It looks so pretty out there. It's so white. The kids can't wait to go out there to build a little snowman. We're gonna build a snowman. But we gotta make breakfast and have coffee and clean up a little bit, and then we'll see where this snow day takes us. This is exactly how we know that we're at the end of winter and we're heading into spring. I think it's like a last freeze over kind of thing. It's rare to get moments like this, so when we do have these moments, we really do take it all in and we let the kids play outside and play in the snow and make snowmans with the 1 or 2 inches that we get. Since I do struggle with tinnitus and it's kind of severe, I really cannot make it up to the mountains because of the elevation. It's just too high for my body to handle. And even though I can't really tolerate the cold, I still try to get out there and play with the kids, even if it's just for a little bit. Oh, I am so not prepared for the snow. You would think. I've been out here since 2013 and I have yet to buy snow clothes. It only snows in our yard like this maybe once every 3 years, maybe. It's not often, but when it does, it snows pretty good. I mean, for Southern California. But look at what I'm wearing for shoes. This is it. These are my snowshoes. I don't have any boots, guys. I need to buy myself some boots for the winters so that I could play out in the snow, because I know my feet are gonna get wet. But let's do this. So I guess I got a good 2 inches or so. It's nice and fluffy. It's still snowing. You can still see it. Woo! Sorry about the couch. It's been there for a few months now. Let's take a look at the pool because the kids are like saying that the pool looks funny. Oh man, it is cold out here. Oh, it's ice. We're gonna have to clean that. The best day ever? Oh, that's so cool. Is that a bunny? Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, that's so funny. Dusty, are you just chilling in the snow? No, aren't you cold? What are you doing over here? That's cool. Come on, Jonathan, you can do this.
It's hard with the jacket.
It's hard with the jacket? Oh, almost.
Here, Jonathan. You better make this one.
Meanwhile, don't mind her or anybody. Where's the nose?
Okay, we gotta get huh?
Somebody go grab a carrot. We had to tie down the refrigerators because we had so much wind yesterday that it kept blowing open the refrigerator doors. But we need blueberries for the ice. So I'm gonna grab those jumbo blueberries that are in the refrigerator out here. So I gotta figure out how to untie this knot.
Hi. Oh, you pulled it. You pulled it this way.
Okay, so we got the blueberries here. Oh no, those are blackberries. There's some blueberries. Here, grab these. We got carrot chips for the nose. Carrot chips. Alright, you can sit. I don't think celery's gonna do anything.
Ow!
I'm ready yet. I'm not ready.
He's got horns.
Okay, I need.
Okay, now get the blueberries in there. Let me see. Yum.
Look.
I'm cold.
Oh. No, the carrot's just for the nose, Emily. We gotta do something for the mouth now. He needs a
All right,
scarf.
guys.
He's cold.
No,
Woo!
blueberries. Go put that back on now.
She's eating the snow. That was fun, but I'm cold and beat. That snow really does. Yeah, it really does. It gets wild out there. I know my hair is gonna start getting kinky again because it's wet now from the snow. Oh, it's time to warm up. I'm gonna finish my coffee, and I don't know what else we're gonna do today. Hey, Michelle. What does the snowman eat for breakfast?
Snowballs.
Frosted flakes. Frosted flakes.
Snowflakes. I almost got that one.
Right.
We tried. It sucks.
Bon appetit. There really isn't anything to do on a snow day, so I'm just gonna edit my video and hopefully get that one up. It's the that I bought in Fetch Rewards haul, so I'm probably gonna be sitting at this desk for like a few hours. Usually the snow doesn't stick for very long, and it never snows this long. So the kids did truly take advantage of this snow day and had a blast spending the entire day outside playing in the snow, making snowmans almost everywhere in the yard. We had a near-death experience in the house.
The adrenaline is finally calming down over here.
Right? No, all jokes aside, I have my friends over. They made it through the snow to get here. And we're gonna make chicken and dumpling soup. And we're gonna watch that movie Megan. It's called Megan.
I think it's called Megan.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Megan. We're gonna make some chicken and dumpling soup. So I just got some chicken. It's just a whole chicken that is cut up into pieces, and most of the skin is taken off. The only pieces that have skin is the wing and the back. I'm gonna bring this up to a boil. Okay, so my chicken has come to a boil, and I just want to add some flavoring. So I'm gonna put some salt in there, and I have some Italian seasoning and some pepper. And we're gonna let this boil up until it's completely cooked through. Okay, so we're just gonna take the chicken out. I think it's done, and even if it's not all the way done, once we shred it up and put it in the soup, it's gonna finish cooking, so I'm not worried about it being fully cooked. Plus, it will keep the chicken from being too dried out. And one chicken is gonna be plenty for this soup. We might even have more than enough chicken here. Alright, so we're gonna shut the pot off. And then we're gonna let this cool down so that it's easy to touch and we can shred it up. So now we just want to like cut the vegetables, and we want to shred up the chicken. And while she's doing that, I'm gonna shred up the chicken. This was my first time making this recipe gluten-free. Usually I make this recipe using from scratch biscuits using real flour, but I wanted to show you guys that you can almost make everything gluten-free, and I wanted to share this recipe with my friend because she's never had chicken and dumpling soup before. Now I'm going to turn on the heat to medium high, and I'm going to put in some oil at the bottom of the pot. And we're going to add in our onion, our celery, and our carrots, and we're going to saute that for a few minutes until it's translucent or soft. Okay, I'm going to season this with just a little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm going to pour all of this chicken broth from our chicken right in. I'm going to add in all of the chicken broth. I think I'm going to put 2 of these in there because I want to put pretty big pot. And we're going to let this come up to a boil, and then we're going to add in our potatoes. So we're just going to add our potatoes. Be careful, it's hot. And you're going to want those to cook for about 10 to 12 minutes. And you can leave the lid off. Okay, so we're gonna make some gluten-free biscuits using this gluten-free biscuit pancake and baking mix. Instead of shortening, we're gonna use margarine, and instead of milk, we're gonna use buttermilk. Yeah, just throw it all in there, it's fine. Okay, so now we're gonna cut up 5 tablespoons of the margarine. Just throw the whole thing in there. Nothing bad's gonna happen. And just like cut it into it until it's all combined. That looks good. Okay, so the box says to use 2/3 cup of milk, so let's pour 2/3 in there. Wow, look at that. Fancy. And then you're just gonna mix it all up. It looks a little thick, so we're just gonna put like a splash of milk in there just to thin it out a little bit until we get it to the right consistency. So one thing that I've noticed about gluten-free flours is that it absorbs liquids really quickly. But I'm just going to continue adding splashes of milk until I see it at the right consistency that I want it to be in. I'm going to also add in some of this Italian seasoning. So if you were to take a piece, would it come together like clumpy, like a ball? Like get a piece, yeah, then it looks like it's good to go. It looks ready. So now I just want to taste it for some salt. No, it needs a little bit more salt, so I'm just going to add in a little bit more. And then I'm going to add my chicken. Add in all of this chicken. This looks good as is, to be honest with you. All it needs is some noodles or some rice, and it's a good chicken soup. Now we're going to add in our biscuits. So all we're going to do is we're going to take a little ice cream scooper, and we're just going to scoop it in like this. And we're gonna go all around the pan until all of this dumpling mix is in there. And now the point is that you don't want to disrupt your dumplings, so don't stir them around, otherwise they're gonna start breaking apart. And it would be the same thing if you were using regular flour, not just gluten flour. But also you don't want to overcrowd your pot either, so if it gets too full, then just stop scooping them in. This is gonna thicken your broth and it's gonna make it creamy, so you don't even have to add any milk or cream in here because the flour is gonna thicken it up enough. And you don't want them to be too big either, because if they're too big, then they won't cook all the way through. Okay, so we're just gonna put the lid on and let them cook for like 12 minutes. Okay, so we have about 4 minutes left, but they look like they're doing pretty good. So I'm just gonna add in some peas right in the center here. I should have added the corn and the peas in before I put in the dumplings. Next time I'm gonna do that instead. And I'm gonna gently, in the most gentlest way, stir them inside so that they unthaw. I'm gonna let that finish cooking for the next 2.5 minutes, and it's gonna be done. So did we accomplish chicken and dumpling soup gluten-free style?
I think so,
Yeah?
It's awesome.
All right, good.
It has a lot of good flavor.
Does it? Okay. All right, awesome.
Thank you.
Morning, guys. So I'm getting ready. It's the next day. So yesterday my husband went to the store to pick up some things to make the chicken and dumpling soup that we ate last night. And while he was out, I guess he went down a street that he normally takes. And it's a residential street. Like, traffic is allowed to go through there. It's a real street. Well, anyway, he hit this hill and it was full of snow, but it ended up having a bunch of dirt underneath of it. I guess he hit one hill and it bounced, and he hit a second hill and his whole back bumper just busted off, and he dented his front wheel. We're going to be going up to AutoZone. My friend is bringing his bumper. They found it on the side of the road this morning, so they're bringing it right now. So I think they're going to try to put it back on or fix it in some way. So last night after they got back, we made the soup, and then we ended up making some gluten-free brownies. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting them to taste so good, but they were bomb. You couldn't even tell that they were gluten-free. They were nice and fudgy. It's made by Full Circle, and I just added some pecans and some mini chocolate chips to it to kind of just give it more of like a fudginess to it, and it was perfect. And I honestly didn't think they were going to taste good the next day, but they even taste good this morning too, cold, and you could actually taste the chocolate chips in them now. So we did that, and then now we're going to go out to breakfast, and I'm going to go up to AutoZone with my husband to try to pick up some struts, or at least order them, because when he hit the front wheel on the first bump, it bent the inside of his, not the axle, but a part next to the axle where the tires connected. So he wants to try and get new struts and try to figure out how to fix that too. Yeah, we joked about it yesterday. It was funny yesterday, but when I found out like what actually happened, I was like, oh damn. So anyway, I'm going to go out to town, and after breakfast, I want to take some footage because there's still snow outside. It still looks really pretty out there. The sun is peeking out. It's no longer snowing, so I know the snow is not going to stay on the ground for very much longer. But I want to see what it looks like up in town because it's really cold up there compared to where we live. I want to see what it looks like out there, and because I still have about 12 hours left on my Ibotta to get that cosmic bonus, I want to see if I can get a gift card for my husband at AutoZone, and maybe I can get that rebate for using that. What? Hi. All right, but I gotta go because my friends are almost here. So this is what our yard is looking like still. It's still pretty snowing. I think it snowed all night, but it definitely looks like it's starting to melt already. I'm gonna be sad when it's gone, but it is still super cold out here. Even got some icicles. We live about 10 minutes away from our little town, So this is our drive on the way there. And we stopped by the area where my husband and our friends got into that little accident. This is just a prime example to let you guys know to be really careful when you're driving in the snow, especially if you have a smaller vehicle, because even though he was driving down a residential street with asphalt, and even though it was snowing, it was raining a couple of days prior to that, so we had a lot of deep water puddles. So the mud created these little hills, and because it was covered with snow, it was really hard to see. And even though he was going at a reasonable speed, he hit them pretty hard, and that's why it caused damage to his vehicle. And later on, we discovered that we weren't the only ones that had issues like this. When we stopped at AutoZone, the guy at the register had also explained that he had a similar situation in the same exact area. This is why I wanted to get all of my shopping done before the storm came. But things happen to the best of us, and so all I can say is that I'm just glad that nothing worse happened and everyone is okay. So we made it to our destination, and we're here at AutoZone, and I just can't believe how beautiful it looks. And afterwards, we passed by the kids' school on the way to breakfast. And as we were passing by, I couldn't help but notice how glittery the snow looked because it was so fresh and fluffy, and I just loved how everyone's trucks were full of snow. We got stuff to make mimosas. We're gonna probably watch that Megan movie because we didn't get to watch it yesterday. I ended up falling asleep on them, so we're gonna watch that, and then we're probably gonna watch the next episode of The Last of Us, and we're gonna finish off our Sunday fun day. I did end up getting the Cosmic bonus just by claiming a gift certificate to AutoZone, so I was able to get that. The snow is already fading. It's already going away. The sun is peeking through. It's still really cold outside, but it's not cold enough to hold the snow. So that's going to be the end of it probably for the rest of the year, and who knows when we'll get snow again. But it was definitely a fun experience. I really hope that you guys enjoyed our snow day. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Well, I was wrong. We actually got some more snow a couple of days later. This must have been just a really big storm for us, which is good because we did need the water. And the kids now have been off for 5 days, so this is the biggest storm we've had yet. Once it's over, we are going to begin spring, and I can't wait. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.